Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaye Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Priya Bhaktajan, Divine Soul, Blessed Self, Adorations. Welcome to Satsanga. आप सबको अभिनंदन है. प्रेम भरा आशीर्वाद, heartfelt divine love, light, healing, bliss, prosperity to each one of you, and a blessed Ekadashi. Yesterday we started fasting, and today, actually, for some of them are like in the afternoon we break the fast the next day. So today we will break fast at 2:15. So I do want to read the story of Ekadashi, and it's a small one, so we will not take too much time from Bhagavad Gita, but we will do that. It's very auspicious. It comes, Ekadashi means 11. Dash is 10 and Ek is 1. So 1 plus 10 is 11. So 11th day of the moon cycle. So you know Hindi calendar is based on the lunar cycle. So the 11th day is Ekadashi. One day that is given to Ma Ekadashi, as Lord Narayana blessed her, as she is the one who came out of the heart of Lord Narayan when he was very tired and resting, tired from fighting with the asuras, the demons. And he got tired, he was resting in a cave, and while he was resting, the demons, always try to cheat. So while he was resting, they wanted to kill him. They tried to, but then from the heart of Lord Narayana at that time, Ekadashi Ma came out, and in the form of a girl, pretty girl, and she fought the asuras and let them go and die. And then Lord Narayan woke up, and then that's how he named her Ekadashi. So it's Lord Narayan himself. So this is the day we chant Narayan, Narayan, Sriman Narayana, Hari, 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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. So Lord Vishnu's blessings are always there. So as we begin, if I will read this Ekadashi. It's in Hindi, but where I need to say in English, I will. Even listening, if you do not understand Hindi, even listening to it is very auspicious. So, At Vaishakh Krishna Varutini Ekadashi, धर्मराज युधिष्ठिर की कृष्ण से कथा सुनने की इच्छा बनी ही रही. पांडव श्रेष्ठ ने भगवान कृष्ण से प्रश्न किया कि हे भगवान. So the Yudhishthir, the eldest brother of the Pandavas, he always wanted to listen to stories from Lord Krishna, and especially on Ekadashi days. So he asked Lord Krishna, वैशाख मास के कृष्ण पक्ष की एकादशी का क्या नाम है? What is the name of the एकादशी of this date? Which is क्या नाम है? What is the name? उसकी विधि क्या है? How do you do the fasting? तथा उसके करने से क्या फल प्राप्त होता? What is the benefit out of it? What are the fruits you reap from fasting on this वरुथिनी एकादशी? So आप विस्तार पूर्वक मुझे कहिए. He is asking him to tell in detail. So Yudhishthir is asking Lord Krishna to tell him in detail. श्री कृष्ण जी बोले, राजेश्वर. So Lord Krishna said, इस एकादशी का नाम वरुथिनी है. He is saying the name of this एकादशी is वरुथिनी. यह सौभाग्य देने वाली, it gives auspiciousness, सब पापों को नष्ट करने वाली, destroys all the sins, तथा मोक्ष देने वाली, and also gives liberation. यदि कोई भाग्यहीन भी यह व्रत करे तो उसे सौभाग्य मिलता है. Even those who are very poor, or those who are not meant to be having this auspiciousness, if they do the fasting, they'll still receive the auspiciousness and become good with good karma, come out with good karma and receive all the blessings. इसी वरुथिनी एकादशी का प्रभाव से राजा मंधाता स्वर्ग को गए थे. किंग मंधाता, he did this fasting, he reached the heaven. वरुथिनी एकादशी का फल 10,000 वर्ष तक तप करने के, if you do austerity for 10,000 years and you do one of this Varuthini Ekadashi fasting, you receive the same equal level of blessings के बराबर होता है. कुरुक्षेत्र में सूर्य ग्रहण के समय एक मन स्वर्ण दान करने से जो फल प्राप्त हो. Even if you in Kurukshetra, if you donate so many pounds of gold, you करने से जो फल प्राप्त होता है वही फल वरुथिनी एकादशी का व्रत करने से मिलता है. So equivalent blessings. वरुथिनी एकादशी के व्रत को करने से मनुष्य इस लोक में सुख भोग करता है. So there is peace and prosperity and all auspicious on this earth plane also. अंत में स्वर्ग, and then you go to heaven after this, and also all the sins are destroyed, and of course the pathway, if you do extra, then pathway to liberation opens. शास्त्रों में यह व्रत अन्नदान और कन्यादान के समान फलदायी है. So if this fasting is equivalent to doing the offerings or donations of grains, and also your daughter getting married, giving away to the groom, कन्यादान. वरुथिनी एकादशी का व्रत करने वालों को दशमी के दिन निम्नलिखित वस्तुओं को त्याग देना चाहिए. सो ऑन द 10th डे कांसे के बर्तन में भोजन करना, मांस, नो मीट, मसूर की दाल, चने का शाक, कोदो का शाक, मधु, शहद, नो हनी, दूसरे का अन्न, नो grains from others, दूसरी बार भोजन, so eat only one time. व्रती को पूर्ण ब्रह्मचर्य का पालन करना चाहिए. ब्रह्मचर्य means no sexual activities during starting from the 10th day if you are a grahastha, if you are a householder. So रात्रि के समय शयन भी नहीं करना चाहिए. It says don't sleep even at night, do bhajan, kirtan and all scripture reading, but nowadays we have to work, so it's okay. So सारा समय शास्त्र चिंतन और भजन कीर्तन में लगना चाहिए. दूसरे की निंदा, no gossiping, एवं पापी मनुष्यों के साथ बातचीत त्याग देना चाहिए. Don't talk with the sinful people. क्रोध, don't have anger. मिथ्या भाषण, unnecessary talking का त्याग करना चाहिए. don't do unnecessary talking. वस्तुतः पूर्ण शुद्धता से यह व्रत करना चाहिए. So do the fasting with all purity. हे राजन, जो मनुष्य विधिवत इस एकादशी को व्रत करते हैं उनको स्वर्ग लोक की प्राप्ति होती है. So guaranteed heaven. Doesn't mean after this then you start doing sinful activities. You continue with the purity. इस व्रत के महात्म्य को पढ़ने के so even if you read and listen to this story just like you are listening, अभी जो सुन रहे हो, इससे गंगा स्नान, it's like bathing in the river Ganges, गंगा में स्नान का फल से अधिक फल मिलता है. Even more than that you receive the blessings of this. सार संचय, सौभाग्य का आधार है संयम, संयम, भक्ति, त्याग, तपस्या व सेवा, सभी क्षेत्र में संयम चाहिए. इक्वेनिमिटी ऑफ माइंड एंड हार्ट. इसीलिए यह व्रत तभी सौभाग्य सूचक रहेगा जब व्रती संयमी रहे. सो इफ यू during the fasting you have to have that equanimity of mind and heart, the thoughts. ओम श्री कृष्णाय नमः. ओम श्री कृष्णाय नमः. नारायण नारायण श्रीमन नारायण. ब्रह्मानंदं परम सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगन सदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Adorations to the divine preceptor, who is the bliss of Brahman, the giver of supreme joy, the embodiment of pure consciousness, beyond the pairs of opposites, vast like the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond all modifications. To the divine Guru we offer our adorations, our humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Puja Gurudev, Puja Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Miami, Florida. To our Param Gurudev, Puja Sri Swami Sivananda Ji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India. Jagat Guru, world teacher, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya Ji in the entire lineage, our humble Sashtang pranams. Pranams to all our ancient Rishi Munis, Sadhu, Sant, and the current ones who are on the earthly plane in physical embodiment. Our humble Sashtang pranams, and also to all saints and sages of all religions, to our Brahman Devata, Acharya Jis, Shastri Jis, and to all Bhaktagan. सब आप सभी को आत्म प्रणाम. Hari Om Tat Sat. Divine blessings over and over. So today, how to develop inspiration, number 15, by Puja Gurudev, Puja Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj. During the time of inspiration, you develop clarity of thinking. New ideas and feelings flow in your heart. If you do not work upon them, they will be forgotten. It's a continuation from the last one. So we have to apply, only then we don't forget. When those inspirations come, there has to be a practical part of it and sharing also. If you do not work upon them, they will be forgotten. It is therefore important to derive vision and strength from the hours of inspiration in order to erect a mansion of life, wherein The soul can witness its glorious perfection. Hari Om Tat Sat. How many of you wake up in the middle of night when a thought comes, and in the middle of night we end up, I do that many times, that, oh, it came. So from the heart to the mind, and that is the intuitive knowledge. So it has to be written down. I just always say, what if I forget? So once I write it down, then it has to be implemented. Then I implement after that. May we all reach that point where we can deliver it, as Gurudev says. Don't just keep it to yourself. Let us share it. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om, Hari Om.
कीर्तन
We'll have a kirtan. भक्ति का दिन है.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां शरवण भव शरवण भव पाहि मां कार्तिकेय 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 रक्ष मां जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती पाहि मां श्री सरस्वती श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम चिद घन गुरु चिन्मय गुरु ओम जगत गुरु ओम गुरु सच्चिदानंदा शंकराचार्य शिवानंदा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिव 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 शिवाय नमः हर 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 नमः शिवाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते रामचंद्राय हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे आंजनेय 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 पाहि मां हनुमन्ता 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 रक्ष माम् ओम शक्ति पाहि मां ब्रह्मा शक्ति विष्णु शक्ति शिव शक्ति रक्ष माम् आदि शक्ति महाशक्ति पराशक्ति पाहि माम् इच्छा शक्ति क्रिया शक्ति ज्ञान शक्ति रक्ष माम् गंगा रानी पाहि माम् भागीरथी रक्ष माम् हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि 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 ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि 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 ओम ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति 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 ओम ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति
ओम शांति ओम
शांति ओम शांति वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी
Devaki
परमानन्दं
Paramanandam Shri
श्रीकृष्णं
Krishnam
वन्दे
Vande
जगद्गुरुम्।
Jagadguru Shri
हमारा
Krishna.
दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, इन पवित्र शास्त्रों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान ईश्वर को, परमेश्वर को। Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanand Ji Maharaj, to all the sages and saints, all our holy scriptures, and to the divinity in every one of you. Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita session today. And after this, just a quick announcement. We will not have a Yoga Vasishtha or Bhagavad Gita for the next 2 weeks due to my upcoming trip to Gurudev, Miami, and also to Virginia. So we will have we will resume our satsang on May 5th. May 5th, please, is Friday, when we will start Yoga Vasishtha. So take this 2 week time period for your personal meditation, growth, reflection on what we have studied so far. And May 7th, from May 5th, we will continue. May 7th morning will be Bhagavad Gita. And also on Sunday, while we are in Miami, we will be doing a satsang from 8 p.m. At a yogi's request. We are going there and having a satsang at his yoga place in Miami. So we will try to do Facebook live. That will be on Sunday, which would be, let's see the date, and it will be from 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you can join in at that time, that would be very good. It will be on April 30th. Sorry, April 23rd. So it will be on April the 23rd, next Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Those of you who are interested can try to join in. So with that message, we will resume our classes on May 5th again, otherwise. Hari Om Tat Sat. So Bhagavad Gita, we are on Jnana Vijnana Yoga, chapter 6, very important chapter. Every chapter is very important actually. Bhagavad Gita, every shloka is very important. Every character of Sanskrit is very important. So many of these letters have come from Lord Shiva's Damru. So everything about this Sanatan Dharma is so mesmerizing, so mystical, so beautiful that it takes us into a different realm of expansion and growth that we never knew was possible. These scriptures are so divine. They look like a book or a simple thing, but once you start getting deeper and deeper into it, you realize that their weight is more than any most expensive diamond in the world becomes worthless in front of these holy scriptures, because they give you peace, they give you enlightenment, and they give you a spiritual dimension that the worldly things simply cannot. जो संसार की वस्तुओं से आपको प्राप्त नहीं होगा, वो भगवत गीता और इन शास्त्रों से प्राप्त होता है. इसीलिए ये शास्त्र बहुत पवित्र माने गए हैं और इनका मूल्य सब कोहिनूर हीरे से भी अधिक है Bhagavad Gita ka. That is why we all prostrate to Lord Krishna and to our Guruji, whose wisdom continues to shine. हमारे गुरु और भगवान कृष्ण को दंडवत प्रणाम. So we are on shloka number 19, and Lord Krishna continues to guide Arjuna. भगवान कृष्ण अर्जुन को ये गूढ़ ज्ञान दे रहे हैं और बोलते हैं, बहूनाम जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानावन्मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभः.
After many lives of progressive spiritual evolution, one acquires wisdom and worships me with the vision that Vasudeva alone is all that exists. It is extremely difficult to find such a great soul. बहुत जन्मों के अंत के जन्म में तत्व ज्ञान को प्राप्त पुरुष सब कुछ वासुदेव ही है, इस प्रकार मुझको भजता है। यह महात्मा अत्यंत दुर्लभ है। हरिओम तत्सत।
So, Lord Krishna continues to go deeper into the mystical meaning of who a sadhak is. साधक मीन्स स्पिरिचुअल एस्पायरेंट। एक साधक, उत्तम साधक कौन है? जो भगवान से जुड़े, और ये बहुत ही दुर्लभ है। गॉड सेज आफ्टर many lifetimes a jnani, somebody who gets this intellectual wisdom, not the worldly wisdom, but the wisdom of scriptures, the wisdom of realizing that we are a ray of the same God, of the same cosmic energy, हम उसी ऊर्जा के एक अंश हैं, ये ध्यान करके वो आत्मा परमात्मा से मिलने का प्रयास करता है. So those kind, and this is a journey of many lifetimes. So all of us who are in this satsanga right now have been practicing for many lifetimes to come together on this divine journey together, and we are sadhaks. So that is why we are called spiritual aspirants, serious spiritual aspirants, and till our last breath we will continue to progress on this path. And enlightenment is like a lightning flash. It can come at any moment to any one of us at any time. Our Guruji has been supremely blessed to get it at a quite a young age, and since then for 6 or 7 decades he has been transmitting this knowledge selflessly. तो गुरु की कृपा ही ऐसी होती है कि ये अद्भुत ज्ञान सब में बांटते ही रहते हैं, सबका कल्याण करते ही रहते हैं. एंड वी आर ऑल जस्ट little lamps, taking that light and sharing with one person at a time, two people, doesn't matter how many. It's not the quantity. ये संख्या की बात नहीं है, ये शरीर और मन की शांति की बात है. और बहुत कल्याण होता है जब हम एक साक्षात्कारी गुरु के चरणों के नीचे बैठकर उनसे ज्ञान लेते हैं. बहुत शुभ बात होती है. तो हियर इन दिस श्लोका गॉड इज सेइंग द सेम थिंग, दैट दिस इज नॉट अ मैटर ऑफ चांस. ये कोई सडन बात नहीं है. ऑल ऑफ अस हैव गॉटन टुगेदर दिस जर्नी. वी हैव बीन ऑन दिस जर्नी फॉर अ many births, even to think that God is everything, इवन वसुदेव ही सर्वम है, ऐसा ज्ञान प्राप्त करने वाले महात्मा अत्यंत दुर्लभ हैं. मीनिंग द रियली रेयर. व्हाई? बिकॉज theoretically you already know everything. Bhagavad Gita is good, Bible is good, Quran is good. You go to the temple, mosque, this, that, and we eventually die and go back to God. But then the deeper question is, what is what is your role? What are we doing here? Are we doing things mechanically, or do we do things with deeper feeling, bhavna ke saath? So here, Vasudev is Lord Krishna is known as Vasudeva. Vasudev means his father's name is Vasudev, the one who was imprisoned. He was a king. They were very richly kings. So his name was Vasudev, and um, Vasudev and Devaki were his parents, Lord Krishna's parents. So they call Lord Krishna also Vasudev. In Sanatana Dharma, we have many names for the same deity. We call it Sahasranama. So, for example, Lord Krishna, there'll be 1,008 names on special days to take to pray to him. Goddess Durga during Navratri time, 1,008 names. Lord Shiva, 1,008 names. And same thing for others. 1,008 is simply a representation of infinity. मतलब जो असंख्य को परिसीमित को हम सीमित करने के लिए बोलते हैं 1008. Because 108, 1008 are considered very auspicious numbers. That's why our mala also has only 108 beads. Huh? So 108 plus 1, 9, meaning Brahman. We connect with consciousness, constant numbers. That's what that's why we do that. and all these names are representing the same God only. चाहे आप भगवान शिव का पूजा करें, चाहे लक्ष्मी जी का करें या कृष्ण का करें, they don't mind, they are not jealous gods. They don't feel bad if you are praying to Shiva and not to Rama. They are all the same, or to Hanuman and not to um, Devi. It's all reaching the same energy. But जैसे आपकी भावना हो, and you can also pray to multiple gods depending on how you are feeling. Just like your mother, when she is in a work uniform, she is a nurse. When she comes home, she is your mother. So but she is still your mother whether she is in the uniform or not, isn't it? So इसी तरीके से भगवान की आप किसी भी रूप में प्रार्थना करते हैं, उसी भगवान को पहुंचता है. But God says most people don't realize that I am in every atom. मैं हर कण में विद्यमान हूं, अर्थात सभी जगह मंदिर है. Wherever you go there is a temple, because the biggest temple is in your own heart. आपके हृदय में ही सबसे बड़ा मंदिर है. तो जो साधक है वो कई सिद्धियां प्राप्त करने के प्रयास करते हैं, लेकिन जो ज्ञानी है, he realizes that my time is very limited. Any moment we can pass away just like everybody else does. So therefore they start doing integral yoga, which is what we always guide on this path. It's called a selfless service, niswart seva. Don't think what I will get, how much money I will get, how many donations will come, this, that. When the minute that starts happening, we start declining. So when you do things with love, then God invests in you. Once God invests in you, what can the world give you? Nothing. You have God behind you. जब भगवान की शक्ति आपके पीछे जुड़ जाती है, तो ये संसारी शक्तियों का कोई मायना ही नहीं रह जाता. So then God gives you something much more precious than all these diamonds and earthly pleasures put together. ये संसारिक सुख लोभ इन सब चीजों से कहीं ज्यादा आपको भगवान देते हैं. कौन सी चीज, कौन सी वस्तु? भक्ति. Bhakti, devotion. And when devotion comes, the world evaporates. It really does. When you are seriously devoted to God and you are in that dimension, just like in your dream. Do you remember the world when you are in your dream? No, you only know the dream. उस समय केवल जो आपको स्वप्न है वही वास्तविक दिखता है, जगत छिप जाता है. और जब आप जागृत अवस्था में आ जाते हैं, when you wake up, then the world is real and the dream is gone. तो दोनों में एक ही चलता है. जब सपना देखते हो तो संसार नहीं दिखता, संसार देखते हो तो सपना नहीं दिखता. इसी तरीके से ये साधु संत बताते हैं कि वी शुड डेवलप भक्ति, डिवोशन, मेडिटेशन एंड स्टडी ऑफ स्क्रिप्चर्स. सत्संग से बढ़कर सुख कहीं नहीं है. नो, बड़ भागी पाई सत्संगा, बिन प्रयास होई भव भंगा. Meaning we are very fortunate, all of us serious aspirants who come together regularly, who give up other appointments to make sure we don't miss this appointment with God, and we put God in the forefront of every activity. And that means we are now qualified sadhaks. हम एक ऐसे साधक हैं जो हम भगवान के चरण पकड़ के रखो, गुरु के चरण पकड़ के रखो. Hold your guru's feet tight, because any moment our ego can wash us away. Just like a storm, when a storm comes, it blows away everything. Much in the same way, the minute ego comes, we will lose everything. All our tapasya, everything can be gone in very quickly. Therefore, we should always be humble and say, you always give the credit to these masters, the scriptures, the teachers, because we were nothing. We were just pieces of straw. And what would have our life would have been had we not met these holy masters who have put in their lifetime's work. Every scripture has so many saints and sages, their life's work has gone into it. So when we read them, we are paying rishi rin, we are paying our debt to these saints. So God is saying that person who is sincerely devoted, he eventually sees me in his own heart. वो अपने ही अंदर मेरा दर्शन कर लेता है, अंतरात्मा का साक्षात्कार हो जाता है. And that minute that happens, then that person is self-realized, which means we become Jivan Mukta. But Jivan Muktas are extremely rare in this world, very rare. We are so blessed that we don't even know how blessed we are to have a realized master in our life, and we get his access, darshan. So that is a very rare thing. But for serious advanced aspirants, uh, eh, once you have progressed on this journey and you are making a rapid progress, then the risk of you falling back doesn't exist anymore, which means you have transcended gravity. That doesn't mean you have become Jivan Mukta. We may not have attained Jivan Mukti in this very life, but even after death, guess what? Good news. You are not coming back to this earth plane again. What is the news then? That you will continue to go up, up, higher, higher, higher. Jivan Mukti. Because you have transcended the pressures of gravity. You are no longer, Maya can no longer pull you. But you have to be very sincere and genuine for this, you see. For this, God has to be our only goal. Then that comes, it does happen. And everything else also comes with you, with it. Isn't one of the teachings of Christ the same thing? Huh? Bow down to me and all else shall be added unto you. Something like that. So that's what that means. First me, then everything. Not first everything, then me. Whereas the world is doing the exact opposite. Sansar ekdam ulta. We are always, and here in the next few shlokas, God will also talk about those people, because they are ignorant, they don't know. So it's not like we have to look at them critically or with faulty eyes or look down upon them. No, this world is a factory. There are all kinds of parts in this factory. Everything has a use. So ऐसी महान आत्मा को पाना अत्यंत कठिन है. This is what God is also saying, Lord Krishna, to find a self realized. If you have a self realized person, if you have pure Mansarovar, Ganges, fresh water, why would you drink stinky, dirty, polluted, bad water? Why would you? You would never do it. You could, but why would you, right? So, therefore, much in the same way, when you have an enlightened sage, these holy scriptures and everything, why would you go after these transient, ignorant things of the world that all they do is give you stress and desires? And it's like pouring fire, pouring ghee on fire. जैसे घी में अग्नि डालते डालते हो तो अग्नि और प्रज्वलित होती चली जाती है, शांत नहीं होती है. शांत करना है तो मन की शांति आपको भक्ति में, भजन में, ध्यान में, भगवान के साथ जुड़ने में, गुरु के आदर्श और उनकी आज्ञा पालन करने में मिलेगी. when you do that. So here God himself is also saying it's not easy, जिसने सिद्धि प्राप्त कर ली हो. So when you have that with you, then don't leave that for anything else, no matter how many things somebody may want to do for you, no matter how many temptations come, because these tests will certainly come. They will come. If you are a serious aspirant, then all kinds of tests will come to you. हर तरीके का आपको एक परीक्षा ली जाएगी. Just like in a storm, the strong trees shake and they have a good time, but the weak ones get rooted out. You see? तो ऐसे ही God from time to time gives us a knock on our head to see how strong we have become or where we are. And otherwise, this is called Gada Parinyaya. Otherwise, we need that lesson a few more times. And this is why we repeat so many things all the time, because theoretically हमको ज्ञान है. जी हाँ, बुरा काम नहीं करो, अच्छा काम करो, ये तो सबको पता है. चोरी नहीं करो और ये नहीं करो, हाँ हाँ हमें पता है, पता तो है, you know, but you know it only intellectually. जब हम व्यवहार करते हैं तब हम क्यों झूठ बोल देते हैं, क्यों किसी का निंदा करते हैं, क्यों गड़बड़ हो जाता है? When we know something, why do we make those mistakes? Because Maya is not a joke, it's very serious, and we have to take it very very seriously and understand that we cannot, uski upma kisi se nahi ki ja sakti. An enlightened sage cannot be compared to anything. Why? Because whatever comparison you will do, it will only be in time and space. He looks like this, he is famous, he is poor, he is rich, he is African, he is Indian. That's what you will say. What else will you say? He's good, he's bad, he's very kind, he's very compassionate. But God and this experience of being enlightened, meaning merging into God, is beyond every possible explanation and dimension. Therefore, all we are trying to do is the guru and the disciple come. There are two logs of wood, guru and disciple. गुरु शिष्य दो लकड़ी के समान हैं, तो एक दूसरे से वो घर्षण करते हैं. This satsanga we are doing घर्षण. We are basically now rubbing the wood against each other. So friction produces heat, and heat will produce fire, and fire will give further knowledge and enlightenment. And one day it will just come. It doesn't come at 12:22 p.m. Okay, I'm enlightened now. It doesn't work like that. It's a slow process and gradual process. प्यूरिफिकेशन, शुद्धिकरण, जो हमको अपने हृदय का शुद्धिकरण करना है, धीरे धीरे होता है, एकदम नहीं होता है, धीरे धीरे. सहज पके सो मीठा होए. So we have to take our time slowly, and then gradually we will evolve with that. So that is what Lord Krishna is saying in this shloka. यही कारण है कि भगवान ने कहा है कि सहस्रों में कोई एक सिद्धि के लिए यत्न करता है. That is why Lord Krishna fully, see, Lord Krishna, you cannot fool Lord Krishna. He is very smart. He knows everything, every little detail that we do. हमारे मन में क्या पक रहा है, what kind of thoughts we are having, what kind of things we are thinking, he knows. Imagine that. We haven't even done the act yet and he already knows. So he's saying, सहस्रों में कोई एक मेरे लिए सिद्धि का यत्न करता है. Out of thousands of people, few, one or two only, are serious aspirants. और उन सफल साधकों में कोई विरला ही मुझे तत्व रूप से जान पाता है. And out of those few serious aspirants, once they collect, out of them even a few of them will know me by my real element, who I really am, which means they will get enlightened. But that doesn't mean that this is such a difficult thing that don't even attempt it. If that's going what's going to happen, why should we even try? No, 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 no. That's not what God is saying. भगवान यहाँ पर आपको क्या ज्ञान दे रहे हैं? यहाँ पर ये ज्ञान दे रहे हैं कि माया का प्रकोप इतना अधिक है. These temptations of the senses, the lust, the smell, the taste, the touch, the sound, the world, the pleasures of the world, all these are so prevalent, इतना मजबूत बन जाता है कि we are not able to give these things up, even though we know that sadhana is the answer, going to God is the answer, we will not live here perpetually is the answer. ये हम सब जानते हैं, but फिर भी माया का प्रकोप इतना प्रचंड है. It is such a blazing fire, like nobody wants to jump into a burning fire, right? Much in the same way here God is saying, rarely anybody, few people only are there who know me in my essence. And that is why when they are called Jivan Mukt people, Jivan means liberated while alive. Liberated while alive. And there are all kinds of misconceptions about that, or all kind of misinformation also. People think, oh, just you have some peace and you slept well, or you were able to meditate for 3 hours, you are enlightened. Far from it. Those are just simple things. That is not enlightenment. Enlightenment is, and doesn't mean enlightened people will not grow old, or they'll not get white hair, or they'll not get sick, or they will not die. Everything externally, to the body, to the mind, to the senses, to the intellect, to the practical dealings, doesn't change. All that will continue. What changes is the inner feeling. Inner feeling. Just like when you are sleeping and you are in deep sleep, जब आप गूढ़ निद्रा में चले जाते हैं, जिस आनंद की आपको अनुभूति होती है, think of that. Think of the joy you get in your deep sleep state. But there ignorance is covering you. उस समय अहंकार आपको पकड़ के बैठा है, तो आपको फिर भी इतना शांति मिलता है. But this state is called Sahaja Samadhi, which means when you wake up, you are always in that state, no matter what happens to the body, no matter what happens to the world, no matter what happens. Practically, he will stay the same as we are. If a mosquito comes, he will swat it away. A realized saint, just like everybody else. So इस बात को समझना बहुत important है कि कोई ऐसा चमत्कार नहीं होगा कि हमारे सिर से सींग उगाएंगे या हमारा तेज निकल आएगा या एक मणि एक्स्ट्रा हो जाएगी. Don't expect external miracles. Don't expect that we'll get, like Lord Shiva has 3 eyes, we'll also get 3 eyes. So it will be easy to tell who's enlightened. You see, these are all childish things, thoughts. So this is what Lord Krishna is trying to say. कईयों में से थोड़े से लोग, meaning that this is why I say serious spiritual sadhaks is really what I enjoy the most. People who are humble, compassionate, loving, kind, and who are ready to give up their tan man dhan, meaning tan means body, man means mind, dhan means wealth, which means that everything has come from God only. So if we give these activities and we make this world a better place with these three resources, meaning everything, tan man dhan meaning everything about you, your resources, your mind, your intellect, your body, and then we follow it with faith and sincerity, then what happens? You get Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa, grace of the Guru. And grace of the Guru, Guru Kripa hi kevalam shishyasya param mangalam. Whatever you see Swami LP and I today, it is all due to Guru's grace. Otherwise, worldly souls lost, didn't know what was what, and we would have wasted our life. But coming in contact with the Guru, he converted us from crows into these beautiful swans of divine teachings, where we are always bathing in the nectar of peace and happiness and joy. तो हम ये आनंद के गोते लगाते रहते हैं केवल हमारे गुरु की कृपा से. So everything may go, but our Guru's feet should not go. We should always be clutching our Guru's feet tightly, and that is the grace through which we are all also connected. And the chain continues. The disciple becomes the Guru becomes the again, and he makes the disciples again. So this is how the cycle continues in Sanatana Dharma. It is a chain of purity, chain of but you have to be one of these rare individuals. Not everybody, huh? Lot of people say Guruji, 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 Guruji. Swamiji, Swamiji, Swamiji. They say so much, but they do so little. They don't even want to wake up early. They don't even want to go through a little bit of sadhana, and then all they want is to give them a blessing on their head, and that everything will be great with that. Surely it helps, but that's not the answer. It's a push pull. दोनों को मेहनत करना है, समझ गए, तभी कल्याण हो पाता है. Then Lord in the 20th shloka says, कामैस्तैस्ते हृत ज्ञानः प्रपद्यन्ते अन्य देवतः तं तं नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियतः स्वया.
After many lives, 20, 19, right?
20.
Okay, we finished 19. But those whose minds are overpowered by numerous desires are constrained by their own nature to worship other gods by observing different rites pertaining to those gods. उन भोगों की कामना द्वारा जिनका ज्ञान हरा जा चुका है, वे लोग अपने स्वभाव से प्रेरित होकर उस नियम को धारण करके अन्य देवताओं को भजते हैं अर्थात पूजते हैं. हरि ओम तत्सत.
So here God is basically now comparing the other people, साधारण जन जो हैं इधर उधर की इच्छाओं के द्वारा, मतलब they have desires and therefore they are praying for the fulfillment of the desires. वो इन इच्छाओं की पूर्ति के लिए भगवान की प्रार्थना करते हैं, अन्य अन्य यज्ञ करते हैं, अन्य देवताओं के पास जाते हैं. तो God is trying to say, like, they are not coming to, in this case Lord Krishna is doing the Bhagavad Gita, but Lord Krishna is not an individual. वो एक साधारण इंसान की तरह नहीं है. He is speaking from Brahman. He is speaking as the creator of the universe. With that right, he is saying, तुच्छ सिद्धियों की प्राप्ति के इच्छुक, little siddhis, I want to walk on water, I want to be able to do this, or may I have a son, may I have some money, may I get a job. Basically for these things they are doing so many practices. They want opulence, they want a child, and God is saying that those kind of people are lacking intellect. विवेक शून्य होते हैं. Why is God saying they are lacking intellect? Because पूर्व जन्म के संस्कारों से प्रेरित होकर अपने जन स्वभाव के अनुरूप वे इन देवताओं की शरण में जाते हैं. Just like we have done sadhana, we are therefore we are called sadhaks, yogis, yoginis, because we have done this path is more important to us than the path of name, fame, money, things, and worldly activities. And therefore, or just that's why where most people pray only for those things. So here God is saying, because of their past lives they have always asked for those things, therefore they bring the um, same vrittis, same consciousness in this present life, and then they pray to Indra, they pray to the wind god, they pray to other gods, and then they do some sacrifices to please them. Remember we talked last Sunday, arthi artharthi jigyasu jnani, people who want who are in pain, who want relief, people who want material things, who are just curious, and those who are jnanis, or who are into enlightenment. And there Lord Krishna has said people who are going for enlightenment are the best of the out of everybody. They are like my own heart, Lord Krishna is saying. Here he is saying these people are इंटेलेक्चुअली डिफिशिएंट, इनके पास बुद्धि का कमी है, तभी वो इन देवताओं के पास जा जाकर ये संसार की चीजें मांगते हैं. Why is God saying they lack intellect? Because they are not, they can be asking for enlightenment, they can be asking for no birth anymore, but yet they will go through all this painful process of life and death and this and this and this struggle for little things. This is why God is explaining this. Then in shloka number 21 he says, यो यो यायां तनुं भक्तः श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति तस्य तस्याचलं श्रद्धां तामेव विद्धाम्यहम्.
Whatever divine form a devotee wishes to worship with faith, I intensify and make unflinching his faith in that very form. You have a choice to pick the form. जो सकाम भक्त जिस जिस देवता के स्वरूप को श्रद्धा से पूजना चाहता है, उस भक्त की श्रद्धा को मैं उसी देवता के प्रति स्थिर करता हूँ.
Hari Om Tat
हरि
Sat.
ओम तत्सत.
So here Lord Krishna is saying very clearly कि भक्त जिस किसी स्वरूप की श्रद्धा से पूजा करना चाहता है, मीनिंग गॉड हैज गिवन कंप्लीट इंडिपेंडेंस टू अस टू प्रे टू एनी फॉर्म वी लाइक. किसी भी रूप से करो. तनु अर्थात शरीर शब्द देवता के भाव से प्रयुक्त हुआ है. और God says, I don't really mind if you pray to any god that pleases you. जो भी आपके हृदय को भाता है उस भगवान का आप पूजन कीजिए. तो what will God do? He says, I will establish your faith in that God only. That's why you see so many people praying to Kali, Aghoris, and Shivas, Bhaktas, Lakshmi. So many options are there. So God says, It's okay. Wherever, at least you are spiritual, at least you are worshipping these things, these deities, even though they are डिवाइन एनर्जीज विद इन प्रकृति. सो दे विल गिव यू, आपको जो जो आप मांगेंगे छोटा मोटा चीज, वो देवता लोग दे देंगे, लेकिन मुझसे ही प्राप्त करके, थ्रू मी. देन ही सेज इन श्लोका 22, सतया श्रद्धया युक्तस्तस्याराधनमीहते लभते च ततः कामान् मय्येव विहितान् हितान्.
Endowed with that faith, he worships that form, but it is I who, assuming that form of the deity, bestows upon him the fulfillment of his desires. वह पुरुष उस श्रद्धा से युक्त होकर उस देवता का पूजन करता है और उस देवता से मेरे द्वारा ही विधान किए हुए उन इच्छित भोगों को निसंदेह प्राप्त करता है.
So
So go to direct source.
yeah, so go to the direct. God is saying here, you come, these people, these younger devatas or energies, they also come to me. Why? Because obviously there is one creator, only one God, ultimate God. Through that God is this his creation, this cosmos, this cosmic plan, all these solar systems, galaxies. So within that there are all these different devatas and lokas and so on. So God is saying they all also come to me. मूड अथवा अविवेकी पुरुष ही इन अन्य पदार्थों को प्राप्त करने की कामना करते हैं. So here God is reinstating, reaffirming what he just told us in the last shloka, that mood meaning somebody who does not have a good brain, who cannot think, dull minded, तो और lacking introspection, वो इन पदार्थों को प्राप्त करने की कामना करते हैं जो कि पूर्ण संतुष्टि प्रदान करने में सक्षम नहीं है. सो दे आर आस्किंग फॉर थिंग्स that cannot quench their thirst of desires. Just like somebody in the ocean, if he is drinking ocean water, will keep on getting more thirsty. उसको प्यास बढ़ता जाएगा और उसको आनंद प्राप्त नहीं होगा, क्योंकि वो जो है जल जो पी रहा है वो खारा जल है. इसीलिए उनका भाग्य दयनीय है. Those are the people who are unfortunate because they don't have faculty of thinking. After all, what do we do in satsanga? Why are we called jnani or jnana yajna? Jnana yajna means taking us from darkness into light, taking us from a place where we did not know something existed to now we know something exists. So that is the difference of illumination. In dark room, in your own house, in a dark room, you will fall and hurt yourself in your own house when there is total darkness. But the minute light comes, suddenly now no problem, everything you know, everything you see. This is jnana. उनमें विचार शक्ति नहीं है, समुचित ज्ञान नहीं है, और आत्मा रूपी अमोघ हीरा प्राप्त करने की अपेक्षा वे कांच के टुकड़े एकत्र करने में लगे रहते हैं. So beautiful thing Swami ji is saying here, that instead of collecting uh, true precious diamonds, हीरे बटोरने के बजाय वो कांच के टुकड़े ले रहे हैं. So suppose you have a diamond nearby and all you want is that glass piece that is totally has a nice color but it's otherwise useless, valueless. If you get that and give up the diamond, what should you be considered? If you had the option, I'm not saying it's that easy, but suppose you had the option to pick a diamond or to pick a glass, he says these fools are only picking up glass. They are leaving the diamonds alone. So shloka number 23, अंतवत्तु फलां तेषां तद्भवत्यल्पमेधसां देवान् देवयजो यान्ति मद्भक्ता यान्ति मामपि.
But these worshippers of other gods, possessing dull intellects, attain finite results, just finite results. The worshippers of these deities go unto them, while those who are my devotees come to me. परंतु उन अल्प बुद्धि वालों का वह फल नाशवान है, तथा वे देवताओं को पूजने वाले देवताओं को प्राप्त होते हैं, और मेरे भक्त चाहे जैसे ही भजे, अंत में वे मुझको ही प्राप्त होते हैं. हरि ओम तत्सत.
Hari Om. So, beautiful advice from Lord Krishna to us. Lord will never force us to do anything, because भगवान बोलते हैं हमने आपको बुद्धि देकर इस धरती पर भेज दिया है, तो अब जो आप उचित समझते हो कीजिए. अर्जुन को भी यही बताए थे भगवान कृष्ण. So Lord is saying, use your intellect. I have given you all the tools. Plus आपने जो पीछे से अपने कर्म किए हैं उस हिसाब से आपके पास निर्णय बनाने की शक्ति है. To wake up or not wake up at early Brahma Muhurta time is your decision. To attend satsang or not to attend satsang is your decision. To go to work or not to go to work, your decision. But the consequences also belong to you, isn't it? तो वो उसका जो अंत होगा, उसका जो निर्णय होगा, उसका जो फल होगा, वो भी आपका ही होगा. तो he saying अल्प बुद्धि वालों को प्राप्त फल भी क्षणभंगुर होता है. He saying these people, they pray to these gods, and what they get is alpa only. They get little things only, and then it goes away. देवताओं का पूजन करने वाले उन्हें ही प्राप्त होते हैं, और मेरे भक्त मुझे प्राप्त होते हैं. So here he is giving a beautiful एग्जाम्पल कि देखो, आप जो छोटे छोटे देवताओं की प्रार्थना करते हो, ये करते हो, तो आप उन्हीं को पाओगे. बट इफ यू प्रे टू मी, देन यू आर कमिंग टू मी directly, which means the difference between सकाम्य कर्मा और निष्काम्य कर्मा. तो जब हम सकाम्य कर्मा से भक्ति करते हैं, कुछ मांगने के लिए भक्ति करते हैं, वो ठीक है, लेकिन वो छोटे देवताओं का पूजन करना है. लेकिन जब हम मुक्ति मांगते हैं, when we ask for liberation, when we say God, we don't want anything from this world. What money, what this, what that, what name, what fame, what body, what long life. All these things are a dream. You may want your dream to continue. Suddenly you wake up, everything's gone. So इस हिसाब से then God says, मेरे भक्त मुझे प्राप्त करते हैं. People who are sincere and who are devoted to me come to me. This is the rule. These are divine laws. Just like you have traffic laws, you have to observe them. 100, you go speeding 100, 120, or you cross a red light, trouble will come. So much in the same way, भगवान बताते हैं यहाँ पर भी, अगर हम नियम, सृष्टि के नियमों को तोड़ेंगे, if we break the laws of nature, break the laws of divine, we will pay the price. तो आवागमन के चक्र से मुक्ति ही नित्य आनंद और शाश्वत शांति देने में सक्षम है. Then they are giving you this rasgulla, this beautiful dessert. They are saying, if you want to not come back, if you don't want to come back, you don't want to reincarnate, you don't want to go through the cycle of getting into mother's womb for 9 months again and going through that painful process, this, that, and enough of life stress, then what you should do? Strive for liberation. Mukti mango, bhakti karo, mukti mango. Matlab, ask to be liberated, because you are a human being. We are not animals. हम कौन हैं? इंसान हैं. हमारे पास वो शक्ति है कि हम मुक्ति प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. We have that ability to get realized, but we have to give it the value and the priority, as that's why God has taken this effort to explain. So all these pujas we do to go to heaven, we go to heaven, no doubt. You certainly will, but then you will come back. यक्ष और राक्षस गणों की पूजा करने वाले राजसिक हैं, he says. So there are people who are worldly minded, and भूत प्रेत की जो पूजा करते हैं, people who pray to ghosts and goblins and ghosts, and they are tamasic, tamas, the 3 gunas. So ये मोक्ष प्रदायक नहीं है. So God is saying, whenever you pray to these lower level energies for material gains and things like that, forget about liberation. Let me repeat, forget about liberation. मुक्ति नहीं मिलेगी अगर ये सोच रहे हो हम बहुत धार्मिक लोग हैं. Lot of people, lot of us, many of us get confused. We think we are going to the temple, we are praying, we are doing this, we are doing a puja in our home, Pandit ji is coming, ये सब हो रहा है, वो सब हो रहा है. But yes, God says no doubt, good for you, wonderful, meaning you will enjoy some more comforts in life. थोड़ा और अच्छा अच्छा सुख मिलेगा, थोड़ा स्वर्ग मिल जाएगा, लेकिन फिर नीचे आके जन्म लेना पड़ेगा. मुक्ति नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट लिबरेशन. दिस इज वाई ही इज क्लैरिफाइंग, ताकि हमारा ये भ्रम दूर हो जाए जो हम पाल के बैठे हैं कि हम बहुत धार्मिक हैं. वी आर वेरी स्पिरिचुअल, वी डू पूजा every once a year, we do a big puja, or we do this in our home. All that is okay, but real puja is when you serve a hungry mouth, when you wipe somebody's tear, when you give guidance to somebody who is lost. That is real puja. ये सब पूजा तो ठीक है. We all eat and we do rituals and we ring bells and we wear nice clothes and we do aarti. Wonderful. But it would be nicer when we don't ask for material things only. When we say, God, we are yours, hum aapke hain, you are the sun, we are your ray, you are the sky, we are your cloud. That's why, that's how. You are the ocean, we are your wave. So जब हम ऐसा भगवान को प्रार्थना करते हैं, then God says, yes, now we are qualified to enter into the program. Just that. Don't think we have become very pure and we are ready to now get enlightened and all that. Even if this thought comes, now maintain this, because with Maya, one day you will feel like this, another day the world will suck you in again. Then you will come back to this, then something else will happen. So this journey is over a long period of time. Nairantarya samadhi, ये बताते हैं भगवान. So we'll do one more shloka and then we will conclude the satsang for today. Lord says in shloka number 24, Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mama buddhayah param bhavam janananto mavavyayam manattamam.
Those who lack understanding consider me, the unmanifest, as having a human form. They do not know my higher nature that is immutable and unsurpassed. बुद्धिहीन पुरुष मेरे अनुक्तम अविनाशी परम भाव को न जानते हुए मन इंद्रियों से परे मुझ सच्चिदानंद घन परमात्मा को मनुष्य की भांति जन्म कर व्यक्ति भाव को प्राप्त हुआ मानते हैं. हरि ओम तत्सत.
Hari Om Tat Sat. So in this shloka, God is saying people don't know my real nature. भगवान मतलब लोग जो हैं, जनता है, भक्त हैं, इस संसार के प्राणी मेरी उच्चतर निर्विकार और उत्कृष्ट प्रकृति को ना जानते हुए, they don't understand the laws, the mystic ways things are operating, मुझ अव्यक्त को भाव से प्राप्त हुआ समझते हैं. सो दे बेसिकली थिंक that I have just come as a human being, and we say yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. Lord Krishna says whenever there is a lot of unrighteousness, or Lord Vishnu, then the the preserver of the universe, then to protect the universe he comes again and again in different forms, he will come. But he says these ignorant people will always think that I am like any other human being, and therefore treat me like that, and they will miss the golden opportunity of इवॉल्विंग. अपना कल्याण करने के बजाय, वे अपना उद्धार करने के बजाय पतन कर लेते हैं. जस्ट लाइक इन महाभारत देयर वाज दुर्योधना and there was Arjuna. Arjuna was on the Lord Krishna's side, and this is where the Gita is happening. But Duryodhana, also family of Lord Krishna, is on the totally reverse side, totally angry, totally egotistical side. So therefore he says this is the nature, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Sattvic, if your nature is to प्यूरिफाई योर सेल्फ, शुद्धिकरण, तो वो जीवन में आपका कल्याण कर देगा। और अगर आप उसको तमस और रजस में लेकर जाएंगे तो वो आपको तबाह कर देगा, एकदम मिटा देगा। तो वो मानते हैं कि सत्ता में आए हैं, दे थिंक दैट लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज जस्ट अ ह्यूमन, और कृष्णा मीनिंग ब्रह्मन इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट। यू कैन प्रे टू एनी गॉड। ये नहीं है कि कृष्ण जी विल फील बैड अगर हम किसी और देवी को या भगवान हनुमान को पूजा। एवरी गॉड इज आइडेंटिकल, गॉड इज दैट्स हिज फॉर्म ओनली, different forms. But he says they think I am temporary, but what is my reality? I am Sat Chitanand, I am truth, I am existence, I am knowledge, I am bliss absolute, he says. Shashwat, I am everywhere. Anadi, Ananta, he says. So, Janm se pare, mrityu se pare, he says, I am beyond life, beyond death, aparivartansheel, changeless, everything changes. Panchatit, outside of these five bhutas of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Asimit, I am unlimited. And avyakt, I cannot be displayed. I am beyond the physical form, beyond display. That is my real nature, God is saying. And most people who are confused, they don't know. They just think, acha swarg chale jayenge. They think going to heaven is a big thing. But going to heaven is not a big thing. But all spiritual people will get that. That's good. But there is no end to the cycle of birth and death with that prayer. So I hope you have enjoyed this Gita satsang as much as we do. I wish we could continue, but for the next 2 weeks, it will not be possible. May 5th, we will start our satsang again. I will also post on Facebook. And like I said, on next Sunday evening, I will be in Miami, and we will be doing a satsang at 5 p.m. on Facebook. If some of you can join, I will try. I'm not sure, but I will try to go Facebook live from there. So Hari Om Tat Sat. Sabka Kalyan Ho. May you all be blessed. Let's see all of you who have joined us today. भूपेंद्र पटेल जी, आपको बहुत बहुत प्रणाम, धन्यवाद. शंकर जी, what a blessing. Continue your journey. Yogini ji, pranams. And Priya ji, Roshni ji, Shri Ram ji, रंजीता जी, और सब लोग जो हैं देख रहे हैं, शैलेश, उषा जी, उषा गोसाई जी, शरीर की हमारी बहन, आपको बहुत बहुत प्रणाम. और जूली नारायण जी, एंड सुषमा सिंह जी, मनीष तिवारी जी, फ्रेडा शर्मा जी, और आशा देवी जी, रोशनी जी, एंड आप सब लोगों को कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. And may you all be blessed. Thank you, Priya ji. I'm glad you enjoyed the satsang. And I was telling on Zoom, we have David ji today, Mark David. He had asked me a question last Friday, which I saw after our satsang. So we will cover that next in next Yoga Vasishtha class. And David ji, in case I forget, please remind me. You also have the audio, by the way. So if you need to talk, you can unmute and also ask. But he had asked a beautiful question about the three bodies, and we will cover that in next Yoga Vasishtha class, because that's a very important, बहुत गूढ़ ज्ञान है. और कई लोग केवल जानते ही नहीं कि हम योग वशिष्ठ भी करते हैं. तो अभी जो सुन रहे हैं, आशा देवी जी, मैनी ऑफ यू, तो हम 7:30 बजे 7:30 योग वशिष्ठ रहता है एवरी थर्सडे, एवरी फ्राइडे इवनिंग, एवरी वीक. बट नेक्स्ट क्लास विल बी May 5th, क्योंकि 2 हफ्ते के लिए हम बाहर होंगे. और स्वामी ललिता प्रियानंदा जी भी थर्सडेज को भागवतम करते हैं 7:30 के करीब. तो बट हर हेल्थ अभी ऊपर नीचे चलता है, शारीरिक.
So I missed last two, and just like right now, I was planning to, at least right after this, I will jump into Facebook and do a short session of Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran to cover up my missed session of last Thursday, because there are some dedicated souls who really follow Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran Katha. So if you have time, you can join in, or all those who are following, you can later, because it gets recorded. So I would like to do that, record it and leave it there for those who follow to attend and listen later at their own convenience. Hari Om Tat
Hari
Sat.
Om Tat Sat. So let us do Aarti, Gita Maharani Aarti. It's very auspicious after studying the Bhagavad Gita. We paid our pranams to Gita Aarti, and we will start from Shloka number 25 when we reconvene on May 7th. तो हम वो शुरू करेंगे, तब तक हम ये गीता
Aarti.
हम चला
ॐ दीपज्योति
परम
परं
ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
दीप
दीपज्योति जनार्दना दीपो
दीपहरतु
हरतु
मे
मे
पापं
पापं
पूजा
पूजा दीपज्योति नमो अस्तु
नमोऽस्तु
ते द्वेषबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमो अस्तु ते शुभं करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं पुष्टिवर्धनं मम सम्पदाम् आत्मज्योति प्रदीपाय ब्रह्मज्योति नमो अस्तु ते आत्मतत्व प्रबोधाय गुरु ज्योति नमो अस्तु ते जय
जय भगवद गीते माँ जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी कामासक्ति हरा मैया कामासक्ति हरा तत्व ज्ञान विकाशिनी तत्व ज्ञान विकाशिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा ओम जय भगवद गीते निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी मैया निर्मल मलहारी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी ओम जय भगवद गीते राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा मैया कारिणी मोद सदा भव भय हारिणी तारिणी भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा ओम जय भगवद गीते आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी मैया नाशिनी तम रजनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी ओम जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की बानी मैया हरि मुख की बाणी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवद गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय मैया मातु कृपा की जय हरिपद प्रेम दान कर हरिपद प्रेम दान कर अपनों कर ली जय Om
Om
Jai
Jai
Bhagavad
Bhagavad
Gita.
Gita.
त्वमेव माता
माता च
च
पिता
पिता त्वमेव
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 बन्धुश्च
बन्धुश्च
सखा
सखा
त्वमेव
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 विद्या
विद्या
द्रविणं
द्रविणं
त्वमेव
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 सर्वं
सर्वं
मम
मम
देव
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 कायेन
कायेन
वाचा
वाचा
मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा
मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा
ध्यात्मना
बुद्ध्यात्मना
वात् प्रकृते
प्रकृते
स्वभावात्
स्वभावात्
करोमि
करोमि
यज्ञत् सकलं
यज्ञं
परस्मै नारायणायेति
नारायणायेति
समर्पयामि
समर्पयामि
ॐ
ॐ
सहना
सहना
भवतु
भवतु
सहनौ
सहनौ
भुनक्तु
भुनक्तु
सह
सह
वीर्यं
वीर्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
मा
मा
विद्विषावहै
विद्विषावहै
ॐ
ॐ
शान्तिः
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 करचरणकृतं वा
चरणकृतं
कायजं
कायजं
कर्मजं
कर्मजं
वा
वा
श्रवणनयनजं
श्रवणनयनजं
वा
वा
मानसं
मानसं
वापराधं
वापराधं
विहितमविहितं
विहितमविहितं
वा
वा
सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व
सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व
जय
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 करुणाब्धे
करुणाब्धे
श्रीमहादेव
श्रीमहादेव
शम्भो
शम्भो
जय
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 करुणाब्धे
करुणाब्धे
श्रीमहादेव
श्रीमहादेव
शम्भो
शम्भो
जय जय
जय
करुणाब्धे
करुणाब्धे
श्रीमहादेव
श्रीमहादेव
शम्भो
शम्भो
समस्तलोकाः
समस्तलोकाः
सुखिनो
सुखिनो
भवन्तु ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्माग्नौ
ब्रह्मणो
ब्रह्मणाहुतं
ब्रह्मणाहुतं
ब्रह्मैव
ब्रह्मैव
तेन
तेन
गन्तव्यं
गन्तव्यं
ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
कर्म
कर्म
समाधिनः
समाधिनः
अहं वैश्वानरो
वैश्वानरो
भूत्वा
भूत्वा
प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः
देहमाश्रितः
प्राण
प्राण
अपानसमायुक्ता
अपानसमायुक्ता
पचामन्यं
पचामन्यं
चतुर्विधं
चतुर्विधं
हरिः
हरिः
ॐ
ॐ
तत्सत्
तत्सत्
ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु
परमस्तु
समस्तलोकाः
समस्तलोकाः
सुखिनो
सुखिनो
भवन्तु
भवन्तु
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः
शान्तिः
शान्तिः
शान्तिः
हरि ओम तत्सत Jai Shri Krishna. May you
जय
all
श्री
be
कृष्ण
blessed. May
राधे
you all
राधे
be
हरि
happy,
ओम
prosperous, peaceful. And I will try to get on Facebook next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. But otherwise, our regular classes will start again, our satsangs from May 5th. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Shri Krishna.
हरि ओम तत्सत